Good morning. This is Melissa from Going My Own Pace here, and I wanted to try something out. I put a video out every week, and I am really busy as a mama of four, working on my books, doing all the things. And so, what I've noticed is that I've really struggled to keep up what I used to do, which was like full on research and personal experience. And like basically, I would create an essay and then I would turn that into a video. And I've got like 300 videos and blog posts out there. And there's not too many more ways I can say the same things over and over. So I'm playing with what I do. So let me know uh, if you like it, if you have any questions. But today I thought I would catch you up on where I'm at, something surprising that has helped me this week, and a couple of common questions that I've been getting lately across my different channels. So the first thing is that I had been having a bit of a flare up because I've been pushing myself really hard. I am super excited because my first fiction novel, is coming out. It's actually available for pre-order right now, and I'm going to give it to those who pre-ordered it through my own site on Friday, 3 weeks early, as a surprise. It's the day this video is coming out. And then it will go off my own site and will be on Amazon. And the following week it will be available for purchase in ebook and paperback, which I am so excited about. The trick of being in New Zealand, though, is that I may not have a physical copy by the time you guys can get it, because it costs a lot of money and takes a long time to get here. Very annoying, but it is what it is. So I'm excited for it to be in people's hands, but I have moved on because I have decided I would really like to make a living from my words. And to do that, you need to put out a certain number of books and do a certain number of things. And the prevailing advice is write. So when you've got your first book out, write the next one. So right now I'm drafting the third book in the series, and then I'll go back and do work on the second book in the series. So when I finished this book, Mindfully Yours Ella, I had this idea and I couldn't let them go, and I kept writing, and so I've got a Christmas novella about them, so like a sequel, coming out in November. And then at the moment I'm hoping that the third book in the series, which is going to include the main characters from the first two books but focus on another person, and that will come out in February. So that's what I'm working on the draft for right now. And as any writer will tell you, it's all consuming. When you're in the writing stage, it just takes over everything. You just think about it all the time. When you're in the editing stage, you have to do a lot of computer work, and then like getting your beta readers to read it so that someone else besides you likes it, getting it edited, thinking of covers, all of that stuff takes a lot of work. And you can see I put myself into a flare, which leads me up to what happened. So I knew I was overdoing it. I knew I was tired, but I am desperate to get this done because I am 39 years old and I have waited on my dreams long enough while I've been sick. So I've been pushing, and on Saturday was my son's 4th birthday party, and I killed myself trying to get it done. So as soon as the party finished, I collapsed. My body was done. It couldn't get up anymore. It crashed. I was very sick that evening. Mildly better the next day, but I couldn't do hardly anything. I did a little bits here and there in the house, but that was it. And so on Monday I said, I'm going to put on my compression socks and see what happens. After a few hours, my heart rate calmed down because it had been going high and high and high. And it felt like a few layers of cobwebs had been taken off my head. So I was still tired. I still needed sleep and was sleepy, but I wasn't as fatigued. And as anyone with ME/CFS can tell you, there's a big difference between fatigued and tired. So anyway, I've got a blog post ready for the future when I get a time to work on it. about compression socks because I learned some very good things after they helped me on our trip to LA. But there's two possible reasons why they helped. One is the vascular support, so helping with blood flow and circulation, which is helpful with both hypermobility spectrum disorder and ME/CFS. It's to do with the dysautonomia and the orthostatic intolerance. So apparently it helps reduce blood pooling in the legs, which can help the blood flow return to the heart and brain, which makes clearer head, stable heart rate. And the other thing is it's probably helping the nervous system regulation. So deep pressure stimulation can calm the nervous system and again helps regulate the autonomic dysfunction common in both. So either way you look at it, it's helpful and it's helped me and there's no downside to it. So I used it again yesterday and found it helpful. So I'm looking forward to filming a video exclusively about the compression socks and what I found. I do have a handout that I've put because I put all my thoughts together into a PDF document and it was too big for the blog. So I've got that on my in my shop where you can download it. It's you can take it for free or leave a donation towards the work. So I'll put a link for that below if you're curious, but I found that very interesting and very helpful and also then very confusing why I don't use it more. So I'll be playing with the compression socks and I want to get some lower ones because these ones come right below my knee and they just irritate me a little bit. But anyway, let me know, have you found compression socks helpful? The next thing I wanted to talk about is, I guess, I've had a few questions about the LDN, low dose naltrexone. My current dose is, I say 3.5 milligrams to 4 milligrams because I'm not sitting there measuring it out exactly. So I distill my tablets into water. So I get 4.5 milligram capsules because it is much cheaper to get 4.5 milligram capsules than any other thing here. And so what I do is I put 45 mils of water and a capsule contents in, and then I measure out my dose. And so I take anywhere between 3.5 and 4 milligrams or 35 to 40 mils. And then I periodically skip a dose. And usually that's because I need to go to bed and I've been out late. So last weekend I went out to the rugby with my husband. We got tickets to a corporate box, otherwise I would never be able to go. I wouldn't be able to sit on the hard seat for any amount of time. But anyway, we went out, but we got home late and I was very, very tired. And I've found for some reason that taking the meds on top of each other is not as helpful as taking them a good 20 minutes apart. So I took my slow release paracetamol, 20 minutes later took the quetiapine, and then I went to bed rather than waiting another 20 minutes to take the low dose naltrexone. So I skip periodically, and the literature shows that that can be quite helpful to skip. And so I skip, but I'm very relaxed with it. I mean, it's been 8 years now, and I know for sure it helps me, and I don't really play with it too much. I just keep it around the same dose. I suspect there's a relationship between dose and weight. So Dr. Teitelbaum put out a article on his blog recently talking about low dose naltrexone, which he hadn't really talked about before, and he admitted that he had used it earlier in his career but didn't use it long enough and so didn't see enough benefits, and that's why he wasn't using it. But he has a recommendation, I think it's something like if you're under 150 pounds, I think it was, take 3.5 milligrams, no, 3 milligrams. And if you're over 150 pounds, take the 4.5, suggesting a dose-weight relationship. And we deal with kgs here, so I have to think in my head what it means. I think I'm like 115 or 20 pounds, and I've always found this dose helpful. 3 I think would be too low, so I don't go down that low, but I don't take 4.5. But those are the questions I get on the blog posts all the time. On the YouTube videos. Do I take it still? What dose do I take? Do I skip it? That's it. Everything I know, all of my research, everything is bundled up, including all of my experience and including the nitty-gritty of how I started, is in my LDN ebook that's available for purchase in my store. it's just a small contribution towards my work, because I keep going back and updating the research and updating it regularly. So that's there as well. Loads of videos here on this on the channel, so you can find all of that there. One of my more recent videos is the top treatments, the things I still need to do to remain mild. So check that one out if you're curious about kind of my protocol and what I do. And I think that's everything for now. So let me know if you have any questions. I have to work today in my paid job. I like my work and I am into the mission, but I really now I'm at a point where I just want to write. I just am thinking, okay, what's happening in my story? What can I do? Anyway, I am so grateful for the people who have supported me, for the people who pre-ordered Mindfully Yours Ella. Surprise, check your inbox if you have pre-ordered. And I'm looking forward for it to being available and people to read it. The first few people who have read it have given me some really useful feedback, and they have liked it. And seeing a protagonist with chronic illness in a piece of fiction authentically represented is it's really exciting to me. So I hope that it's exciting to you as well. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you again soon.